So Forbes just came out with a list of the 4 richest black people in America. And guess who is number 1? Look at the screen here. You'll see this guy, Alex Karp. Now, a lot of you guys have probably never heard of Alex Karp before, but let me tell you about Alex Karp and why he's super important. But let's go to some of the other contenders on the list. We've got Alex Karp as number 1. Number 2 is David Stewart. Number 3, Robert Smith. Number 4, Michael Jordan. Again, a lot of us know Michael Jordan because we are into sports, but we don't know David Stewart or Alex Karp. Why? Because those 2 gentlemen made their money quietly, right? And how do they make it quietly? They made it through government contracts. And we're going to show you that today. Alex Karp is the CEO of a company called Palantir. Now, let's go back to his roots. Alex Karp here, you'll see on here, he was born in Philadelphia to a Jewish dad and a black mom, or African-American mom, as people like to say. I like to say black still. But nevertheless, so he was born there, and then he co-founded the company with Peter Thiel. Now, a lot of you guys have heard the name Peter Thiel because Peter Thiel is a strong Republican who's got ties to the Trump administration. He also has ties to Elon Musk, the Founders Fund, which he co-created, and also several other investments. Number 1 being most infamous, Facebook, that we all learn, use, and whether you like him or don't like him, Instagram, who Facebook acquired. So again, Peter Thiel and Alex Karp co-founded Palantir together some 20 years ago, back in 2004. And today it has taken him to the number 1 status in terms of billionaires in America. Now, David Stewart, on the other hand, if you guys don't know David Stewart, in fact, I have his book. If you haven't seen it before, it's called 52 Lessons on Success Straight from the Bible. So you could tell this man is a person of principle. It comes from a totally different place in terms of how he grew his business. But nevertheless, he built his organization starting with government contracts in 1990. David Stewart actually founded his company, Worldwide Technologies. 1992, he was in the SBA 8A program. And then after 1992, he actually joined the 8A program. And then from there, he was at $8 million. He grew to $135 million in 5 years. And then just before he exited the program, they crossed $400 million in revenue. And this was in the 90s. This was in 1999. And since that time, he's grown his company to an astounding $20 billion with a B dollars annually, putting him at the number 2 spot and giving him a net worth of $12.4 billion, right? And so Worldwide Technologies, you can look them up. They're everywhere. They do a lot of work in energy space. But again, now they're servicing hundreds of the top Fortune 500 companies as well. And so is Palantir. But Palantir, which is Alex Karp is the CEO of, got their roots from In-Q-Tel. It's now called IQT. In-Q-Tel's mission is investing in technologies that the CIA can use and put into actual place. And so Palantir was initially funded from In-Q-Tel, also known as IQT, which then from there, they grew this multi-billion-dollar organization, in which just 5% equity is taking him to cross $14 billion in net worth, starting from the CIA as their initial backer, building their backs off of government contracts. Same thing with David Stewart, again, starting in the SBA 8A program, growing through government contracting to a whopping $400 million a year, and now exceeding $20 billion. And then last but not least, we'll go into Vista Equity, which is Robert Smith's company. And Robert Smith's portfolio companies, Vista Equity Partners, here's a list of companies that they've invested in. And nonetheless, so we've got some of the companies here. They've invested in hundreds of companies at this point, but here are 10 of them: Granicus, Power School, Ping Identity, C Event, Eagle View, again, where they've either acquired them, made a major investment in them, that are doing, look at this, federal, state, and local work, education, public school districts, federal, state, and local event management software, aerial imagery, property intelligence, low-code applications workflow, cloud security, software supply chain, federal, state, and local, and a lot of their software tools are FedRAMP. So what does that tell me? What does that tell you guys listening out here? I know what it tells me. I like to follow the money and see where the money is going. And when we look at today, where there's about 3,000 billionaires, there's only 23 black billionaires in the world. And so if we look at 23 black billionaires, and then we take and look at the U.S. black billionaires particularly, and you'll see the top 2 wealthiest people made their money off of government contracts. And probably the reason why is because in other countries, they have natural resources that they can extract. But unfortunately, here in the United States, a lot of the natural resources are controlled by people that makes it really difficult for us, if someone looks like us, to get a hold of that. However, we can extract value in partnering with companies, acquiring companies, doing business with companies that have resources that we can then put to use, right? And create a higher value to the customer, being the United States government. So if you've ever questioned your decision about why I do what I do, or why you should be in this marketplace and learning federal contracting, I think I just gave you on a screen 3 reasons why it makes sense. I hope this helps people. Stay tuned for the next video where we talk about the different programs and how they work, and also the worst 3 certifications that I wouldn't touch if they paid me.